Hi, thanks for using my court coach. I'm Sarah and I'll be your instructor today as we talk about the deposition subpoena for personal appearance and production of documents and things, also known as Form SUBP-020. As with all our court forms, you want to start off by filling in your identifying case caption information at the top. This is a form that you would use if you want to take someone's deposition, and you would also want them to bring certain documents and other things to the deposition. This form, unlike the regular deposition for personal appearance, which needs to be served 10 days in advance, this form needs to be served at least 20 days in advance to allow the deponent time to object and also to gather the documents and things that you're requesting. So we start off by filling in the name, address, and telephone number of the deponent, if known, and then you're going to list the date, time, and address where the deposition will be taking place. If this deposition subpoena is being served on a company, you would want to mark box 1A, and that tells the company that they need to send a representative to testify on their behalf. Item 1B you want to check, that tells the deponent that they are to produce the documents and things described in item number 3. And then in item 1C, you're going to indicate how this deposition is going to be recorded, either stenographically through the instant visual display of testimony and or by audio tape or videotape. I would also advise marking box 1E, and that just says if you are videotaping this, that you do plan on using this at trial, and that way later you are not precluded from using this videotape deposition at trial. Item 3 is where you're going to list your documents and things that you want the deponent to bring with them. If this is not enough space, you can always attach another sheet of paper if there's a longer list of items and documents to bring. Just mark continued on attachment 3. And then item number 4, again, if the deponent is a corporation or company, then you want to make sure to include what the subject matter of the testimony is that they will be deposed on. And again, if there's not enough space, you can always attach another sheet of paper to this. Just mark box 4 if you do, so they know to look for that. And then finally, you want to fill in your name at the bottom, sign, and date. The page 2 of this form is for the proof of service. As always, you want to have someone who is over the age of 18 and not a party to this case to fill out the proof of service. The service will be required to be by personal service unless the deponent themselves are actually authorizing or requesting some other form of service. But assuming it is personal service, have your process server fill in the name of the person being served, the address where the service took place, date and time of delivery. If there were any witness fees or mileage included with this deposition subpoena, make sure to mark the appropriate box that indicates what was paid in 1E. And then if the process server has received a fee for the service, they will fill that in 1F. In line 2, they list the date that they received the service subpoena for service on. And then item 3 is just going to have them identify what sort of process server they are. If it's a family or friend, family member or friend, probably it's going to be 3A, not a registered California process server. If it's a sheriff or marshal, have them mark box B. If they're a registered California process server or an independent contractor or employee of one, mark either 3C or 3D. If it's an attorney, they're exempt. You would have them mark 3E. If it's a registered professional photographer, photocopier, they would mark 3F. And if they're exempt because they're a government employee and service falls under their employee duties, they can mark 3G. The process server will then need to list their name, address, telephone number, and if applicable, county of registration and number here. And at the bottom, sign and date. If it's a sheriff or a marshal, then they would sign and date on the right-hand side. And that is it. This document is complete. I hope you found this helpful. Good luck.